And here we go. Welcome everybody, it's CJ with Center for Beauty. We are going to discuss with you today the amazing part of or just a few of the amazing products that I carry, which I consider to be the best in foot care. We're going to introduce our sachet callus softener and our LCN urea. I opted to do these two together because we just got off of doing several trade shows, and at the trade shows we primarily brought the sachet and the urea. So it's always good when we have a follow-up webinar for those who bought our kits at the show. So that's why we narrowed it down to the LCN and the sachet. But as you know, or may not know, we also carry the FootLogix brand, which is another great brand, and it also works and is compatible with the sachet. But tonight we are focusing on the LCN and the sachet. And I always kind of feel, I mean, this phrase has come up over the years, but we change lives is such an important statement when it comes to the skin on our feet. And I understand it takes a lot to kind of get into that groove. It takes a lot to help people understand the importance of taking care of the skin on their feet. It takes a lot to help people understand how essential our business really is. But we have to realize that we're just not here making the feet pretty anymore. We're not just here trying to change the skin on our feet. We truly do change lives with the work that we do in the pedicure room, whether that's a pedicure, whether that's toenail clipping, whether it's toenail restoration, or helping to relieve the pain from involuted or ingrown toenails. We change lives. And what I want to do is help your salons make pedicures great again. Make your better even better. Whether that means you have to reinvent them or you just kind of enhance what you already have. It's not a lot to do, but it really does have to do with the education, and that's what I want to do here for you today, is give you some of that education. So who am I? Well, Center for Beauty was established in 2008, but me personally, I've been on a long journey in this industry, well over 34 years now. Prior to establishing Center for Beauty, I was a salon owner. And at the same time, I was educating for manufacturers of quality nail products. I managed this whole southeast spectrum of the US for a nail product called Elegant Glass Nails. And then when I met FootLogix in 2008, I became their national sales director from 2008 to 2013. I was crucial and very intricate part of introducing the brand into the USA. And then I did the same thing in 2015 when I was introduced to the LCN foot care. And the LCN has been around for a long time, but when I came on, their LCN urea foot care was naturally it was non-existent. Nobody knew of it here in the US. So I'm proud to say that I was an intricate part of that. And I'm also proud to say that I continue to represent the brand because all of the brands I have are what I believe in and what I know can work and what I know are safe. And that's what I like to introduce to you. As a result of my education, I'm able to relate to you, the nail technician, in an effort to assist in the growth of your business. Quality products, feet, is my priority. The future for Center for Beauty, we want to stay small. We want to stay focused, and we want to stay hands-on. The technicians are always our top priority, and people look at me when I say that as if I'm really strange, but I tell you what, I've been a licensed technician since 1988. I know how it feels to be on that low man on that totem pole. I know how it feels to have the hairstylists in our salons get so much attention and our nail techs get nothing. I know how it feels that people think that our business of doing nails and doing pedicures is all about the pretty. I know how all that feels. And if you look at my mission statement actually on my website, it'll tell you my goal has always been to bring the technician from the bottom of the totem pole on up. And for us, we need to be on the top. And in my mind, there's absolutely no question. So that's, excuse me, that's who I am. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Short version, by the way, just so you know. So the very first thing that I always like to start with is a very brief introduction as to what we have already learned in school. And that's understanding the skin. The reason why I think this is important is because as we get into this, you're going to see and hear how the ingredients that we have in our brands actually process through to the layers of the epidermis. Well, just saying that means absolutely nothing. We are most important, we are most concerned as technicians with the stratum corneum layer. That is the top layer of the epidermis. The products that we carry and what they're allowed to do is to process through 5 layers of the epidermis. You really don't want to get past the dermis layer and you don't want to get past the subcutaneous layer, but getting into that 5 layers of the epidermis literally will bring the products into the layers of the epidermis, and the more you use it, the more effective they become. And the reason for that is because if it has to go 5 layers in, it has to go 5 layers out. So as you're building in your daily or monthly pedicures and then your clients using the products daily, you're actually filling those 5 layers with products. So it allows the skin to just continuously naturally exfoliate itself and to continuously heal. So I think that's really, really important in understanding the layers of the skin. If anybody wants any of these slides, let me know. But again, we'll be sending out the recording. And I just really believe that this is an important thing to know, especially in the products and brands that we carry, but especially for people who are trying to decide which products to carry, because I know there's a lot of fabulous products out there. The question you have to ask yourself is, are they going to do the same thing? Are they going to provide results? Are they going to provide long-lasting results? And are they really benefiting the client from healing from the inside out? Because that's what we really have to do. So just think about that when we talk about the 7 layers of the epidermis. The other thing that I want to talk about and discuss is our ingredient, urea. Urea is really important because urea is the base of all the products that I represent here in our facility. I have learned so much about urea since I have been first introduced to it. And it is, in my opinion, just one of the best ingredients that a product can provide because it has so much to offer. First of all, urea is a natural end product made up of protein metabolism. You have to understand that we already have urea in our bodies. Some people have more, some people have less, but we have on a general basis about 5 to 7% urea in our bodies already. It helps to bind the water in the layer of the callus tissue. Why is that important? Because we want that hydration to stay in. Yes, water dehydrates from the outside, but when we're talking about the inside layers of the epidermis, when we're talking about that callus tissue, we need to make sure that we bind the hydrating properties inside the layer of the callus tissue, and that's what the urea does. It's also antibacterial, it's also antifungal, antimicrobial, it's antipyretic, which means it helps eliminate that itch factor. So the ingredient itself is great for somebody that has psoriasis or eczema because it's the itching that causes that flare up. If we can eliminate the itching, we can eliminate the flare up. It's also pH balance. It's also a hygroscopic, which means when we put it on the skin, it processes into those layers of the epidermis. It has disinfectant properties and it has keratolytic properties, which causes the layer of the skin, of the outer layer of the skin on the outside to loosen and shed. And that is hugely important when we go back to that 5 layers of the epidermis, because as we're filling it, it is always causing those that keratolytic effect to where the outer layer of the skin will start to loosen and shed on its own. Okay, keep that in mind, on its own. So in short, what makes the urea products work and be effective? Well, they contain urea, the driver which delivers the product into the 7 or 5 layers of the epidermis. I have 7 in here, but it's really 5. Acts as a water barrier, so essential nutrients do not wash out of our bodies. And the combined ingredients which hydrate have healing properties, and it's of a hygroscopic structure. Very, very, very important. Does anybody have questions on the actual ingredient itself? Perfect. So let's go into the urea foot care. So I am super excited. You are the first to know. It isn't even up on our website yet because unfortunately the manufacturer made a mistake. So I'm waiting on an item to come in. But we have requested a revision on the urea foot care kit specifically for Center for Beauty. So this is your back bar starter. This is your back bar starter kit. These products are also available in the larger back bar sizes. Okay, but this is the they call it the starter kit. We have our urea 15% foot bath crystals, which are just amazing. Just take them and pour them in the water and then feel the water, and you can literally feel the silkiness of the water before you even do anything. It's just an amazing product. You can also take this and put some into a spray bottle with some water, so that if you do dry pedicures or waterless pedicures, whatever it is you call them, you can use that as your cleanser without having to soak their feet in the water. I suggest getting a baby bottle warmer, and then you can just put that bottle right in there, and it'll keep the liquid warm so that you're not spraying it cold, which is what we do at the trade shows, which is doesn't feel so good. So if you really want to add that ambiance to the service that you're doing, then keep that water warm and put it in a baby bottle warmer. Inside the kit, we are also including our sachet callus softening product, a 1 ounce size, but it'll give you a lot of applications if you use it properly. We are including, and we're going to get into that in a minute, we are including the exfoliating foot cream, which is one of my favorite exfoliating creams because it does have properties in it to where you can use it wet like we do here in the US, or you can use it dry as they do in the European countries, meaning you can just massage it until it starts to dry, and then you can literally start see the skin on that feet just start kind of peeling away. It's also nice for your waterless or mobile or dry pedicures because it's not really messy. If you're using it wet, you can spray and wipe easily. If you're using it dry, literally you can just take a dry towel and brush it right off, any residue right off, and it just goes away very easily. It is not a messy process at all. It has biodegradable wax beads in it. So if you do not totally massage through the wax beads, it will not affect your pedicure tubs at all. We also have the 10% urea foot mask in it, which is marvelous is about the only word that I can say. All of the LCN masks are done so that you don't have to wash them off. So again, amazing for that dry pedicure. We recommend that you apply it on the bottom of the feet, and then you would go back in with initially your foot cream. But now we have added, and I'm super excited to do this because this was one of my main reasons for devising the kit, is that a lot of people don't even know that LCN has mousse products available. Believe it or not, they have several. That is one of my goals for 2023, to bring awareness to that, because they're truly just amazing products. So we've included in this kit the 10% urea foot foam, which you can use the same way you would any other foot foam. You shake the bottle up really good, and just a walnut size amount per foot is all you need. It's great to use in the pedicure service as an additional hydration, but it's also great to sell as a retail product to your client. Along with that, we have the Urea 10% foot cream, and we've included 3 of our Urea 10% foot cream sachets, because I know how important it is to market to our clients, and this will help you begin that process. So very excited. We've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The cost of the kit is $65, which is it is, shoot, I think $3 more than what their kit is now, but we're actually adding the foot cream, the foot foam to it. We took out the express foot spray. If you're not familiar with that, it was just a 10% callus spray instead of a 17%. And we removed the soak spray, which is the LCN callus spray, and we put in our sachet. The combination of the two of them together work really well. And what's nice about all these products is you don't have to use them all together. You can split them up to do quick pedicures, or you could take off the mask and just offer a basic pedicure, use the foot foam, not the cream. You could do a spa pedicure. I mean, there's just so many options that you can do with these 7 products, and that's one of the reasons why I chose carefully what I wanted in it. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for, but as soon as I get this up on the website, we will be offering our new sachet brush with the kit, which will be free. So the kit has $75 worth of value for $65. And we're going to share the breakdown here with you in a moment. The sachet, and I'm going to kind of keep going back and forth. The sachet is a product that I developed, super excited about it. It's a professional callus care product. It's used for mildly dry to thick callus skin of the feet, and we're going to show you some different processes that we can do with that. And I'm humbled to say that my clients, we just introduced this in June, and my clients have coined this as the universal callus product. Yes, I came out with a way that you can use it, or a recommended way that you can use it, but it's been extremely interesting to have the feedback that I have from my clients. You can literally use it any way you want, to be honest with you. It is a universal callus care product, and that comes from my clients, not me, so I'm using it. I've also been told that sachet will revitalize the foot care industry. That actually brought tears to my eyes. This started all in June, and I can tell you it hasn't stopped. I have so many pictures and so many reviews and so many comments on this product. It's a bit overwhelming. In fact, I haven't even been able to get everything up on my website yet because I'm just trying to put them into folders and take them from, this computer to that computer. It's been a lot. Certainly not complaining, but it has been a lot for sure. Sachet is a solution to calluses is what it is. It's a 3-in-1 universal product. It will take care of your cuticles, it will take care of your basic calluses, and it will take care of your worst nightmare in calluses, and I kid you not, that it will do. So it's one product for multiple services, and when you see the cost breakdown on it, you'll see how also cost effective it is, and we'll get there in a moment. Any questions yet on those introductions of the two products? Amongst many things that I like about the LCN Urea Foot Care is that it produces results, but it also gives you that luxury feel that you want to go along with it. It has, and I'm going to go through this in a minute, but it has just, besides the urea, it has some really nice luxury ingredients that are paraben-free, paraffin-free, gluten-free, no mineral oils, silicone-free, and vegan-free except one product, which is our 40% urea foot cream, which has beeswax in it. So that one is not classified as vegan. And it's also European quality. It was interesting, I was having a conversation with the owner's wife of Life O'Reilly, Michelle, and she's representing a hair product line that is from Europe, and we're having this whole conversation about the European quality, and it is just so true. I mean, I grew up with it throughout my career, hearing about all these European brands, never pursued it. Some I never even had access to. And I tell you what, there isn't a product that comes through my warehouse that is introduced to me by LCN that I just don't immediately fall in love with. The brand, the quality coming from Europe is just absolutely amazing. And I've never been able to explain it, but they truly are fantastic products. Somebody has asked me, Tiffany has asked me, you can use the sachet on the cuticle and it won't harm the skin. Absolutely, and I'm going to get into the ingredients here in a minute. And what is the pH level of is straight right down the middle, about 5 to 7 PF, I believe is what it is, Bella, on the sachet callus care. So thank you for those questions. Okay, so let me see where my screen is. So the features and benefit of sachet is, number one, the story. Not so much that it was me personally that developed it, but if you think of the background that I have, so it's the background of the story. I have 34 years in this industry. I've represented, you taking her? I've represented, some very high quality, well-known brands. I know what my clients are looking for. I know what I'm looking for. I mean, sorry, but I know what I'm looking for because I still do pedicures. I teach about pedicures. So I really just kind of took everything that I knew and learned and loved and was missing, and I put it all into one. Is really all that happened. It's safe. We can say that it is safe for the diabetic. It is safe for the oncology care client. It is safe for anybody with an autoimmune deficiency. It is non-toxic. It's so simple, incredibly easy to use. It's extremely fast and it's extremely versatile. So really what I wanted to do is when I started thinking about building the brand Sachet, I really wanted to bring the pretty back and feet. I mean, I understand, and I do it here, that we love to see the before and after pictures, and we have to, so that we can see how effective a product is. But I really just wanted to bring the pretty back and feet. I wanted to get our technicians back into, or continue to work on these really horrible feet that we need, with a lot of less time, a lot less effort, and just absolutely fantastic results. When I'm getting these information back from my clients about how they love the brand and what it has done, the greatest thing for me is it has literally cut my time in half. It has eased up on the pain in my shoulder. Just different things like that that make me feel grateful that I was able to do this, and to be able to offer it to you. So that, that I think is the qualifications, I guess, that I have, is one of the features and benefits, and everything else really just goes along with it. Understanding the ingredients and talking about the extra added ingredients that are in the LCN Urea line, we have the algae extracts, which is your seaweed, or your luminaria seaweed, which is many different types of kelps. They protect the skin from antioxidant stress. There's shea butter in it, and we hear so much about shea butter and how it occludes the skin. This is an organic shea butter, much different than a shea butter that you would buy over the counter, and it has enormous healing properties. Almond oil is moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, and almond oil has emollient properties that actually get absorbed into the skin. And one of the things I would like to caution you on, that I did not know for the longest time, is that there are, let's take almond oil for an example. There are probably hundreds of different types of almond oils out there. There are hundreds of different ways they farm or manufacture almond oil. There are hundreds of different grades. And we see products that, like an over-the-counter product that, somebody says, oh, it has almond oil, this is a great thing. That's not necessarily true. You need to know that the ingredients that you're getting are of the highest grade ingredients that you can get in a product, or at least up on the higher scale. Because there's a lot of ingredients out there that are the same ingredient, but they're on a much lower scale and they don't have the same effect. So just be careful with that when you're searching ingredients in products, and whether they're going to work or not. We have vitamin A and vitamin E, anti-aging, antioxidant ingredients that are found in most skincares. We have that in the urea line as well. In the fragrance, I always like to say the flavor. It's not obtrusive. It's a very weak, kind of sweet floral aroma. But I tell you, I don't like floral scents. I don't like floral perfumes. I don't like floral candles. They kind of give me a headache. So I even though the manufacturer classifies this as floral, I'm, very weak, very sweet. It's created from chamomile, so it's very soothing, anti-irritant, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial. And those are just some of the active ingredients in the LCN Urea line. In our sachet line, your sodium hydroxide is your pH balancer. And I'm going to share something with you here right now, which is kind of conducive to what I was saying. Be careful what you Google and what you understand about ingredients. Sodium hydroxide, when I first looked it up, because it was recommended to me to use in the brand, when I first looked it up, I wanted to stay away from it. I said, absolutely no, 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 no. But as I started reaching out to more reliable resources, I guess, if you would say. And, you know, that same holds true for Google, because there are reliable sources and then there are unreliable sources. What I actually discovered and what brought excitement to me is sodium hydroxide in its raw form is highly dangerous. But this is not in raw form that's in our product. And sodium hydroxide, when not in raw form and blended into certain products, it is your pH balancer. So super happy when I found that, and this was later on in the process, but super happy when I learned that. And even down the road here, we're looking at getting our product dermatology tested and approved. So that will, again, just, you know, stamp on what we know, what we've learned, and why we know the product is so great. We also have urea in the brand, which hydrates and reduces the buildup of dead skin, as we've been talking about. We have glycerin in it. That acts as a humectant, so it helps retain the moisture, which then helps soften. And then the last two ingredients are basically herbs and aloe vera. And I can tell you that, you know, the SDS sheet is available to download for you on the panel of your webinar, and you will see that they're all less than 10 and 5%. We're not talking about a whole lot of any of these in the brand, but we've discovered that the combination of these ingredients together just produces an actual amazing product. In some of the brands that we represent, they either lack one or two of these, or they have other ingredients that make me realize that really when you get that 100% perfect combination, you just have a 100% perfect product. And I'm glad that I was able to discover that and work with my lab to come up with this product, because it just is amazing. Urea cost in your pedicure room with the new kit that we're introducing is $2.06 per service. You can get 25 to 30 pedicures in that starter kit that I showed you earlier. Some of the products will last a little bit longer, and some of them will be right on the money for 25 to 30 pedicures. But they are $2.06 per service on those sizes shown. The professional starter kit, which is the 1,000 mLs, those are the big daddies, it reduces it down to $1.88 per service. So you can see the cost effectiveness on the Urea brand pedicure is not much at all. The sachet cost in your pedicure room, out of the 500 ml size bottle that we have, you can get 254 pedicures out of it. Out of the 1,000 ml size bottle that we have with 33 ounce, you can get 507 pedicures out of it. And your cost per pedicure is 39 cents and 25 cents. And that is included in this cost here, because we included the sachet in the kit. So your cost here for that pedicure kit includes the sachet that we're talking about here. So I'm very excited about that. Now, what do you charge? What do you charge? So with the sachet, as well as the Urea foot care, if you're introducing Urea for the first time, without a doubt, automatically add at least $10 to the service cost of your service price, your price to your client. So if you're charging $55, automatically add $65. If you're using the sachet in that pedicure as well, then you need to go up another $5 to $15. You just have to use it to see how it speaks for itself. When we do a callus remedy service, and I'm going to show you each in a moment here, we're recommending $75 to $100, and that is for 30-minute service. And if you're using sachet in your pedicure service as an upgrade remedy, and we'll discuss that in a minute, but we're recommending that you charge $50 to $75 in addition to your standard pedicure price. So these are prices that we recommended back in June, and these are prices that our clients are getting. And they're getting these prices with complete amazement from their clients. I actually have videos of clients who you can hear them in the background just oohing and ahhing over what they visibly see with what's happening with their skin. It's just amazing. The other thing that I want to tell you, and my commitment to you, is I am not selling this product on Amazon, on eBay, or any other channel that chances it getting out to the retail market. I do not want to sell to your customers. I want you to sell to your customers, and I don't want you to sell sachet to your customers. I want you to keep it for pedicure service and get your money out of the product and get your money for your time and your talents, and not let them take your job and do it at home. So therefore, we do not offer it in the smaller sizes. In the 1 ounce size that we put in the kit, we're strictly using that for marketing purposes. It is not something that's going to be available for retail or sold to our clients at all, unless we do it, like I said, put it in the kit, or we use it at the shows for promo items in an effort also to help our distributors that carry our brand as well. I am extremely passionate about that, and I will take that with me to my grave, because we have to get back to not having a product that you can buy anywhere else or find anywhere else except through our beauty professionals. So here are some of the results that we get from our LCN pedicures. These pictures are amazing. This is using the urea line. And, you know, I always tell people, and I think it was Emily with Elite Feet that did an amazing video on Instagram of a client that she referred the 10% urea at home care product to. And the results on her feet just from using that, or the skin on her feet just from using that product, were absolutely amazing. And I always say that, you know, if I'm in the pedicure chair, and I felt this way when I was in the chair, but I didn't have the products to be able to produce these results, I would rather see a client that comes in like this than see a client that comes in like this. I mean, yes, these are great to do because we love all that nasty skin and we love to see all the results, but every single freaking day, I would get so much joy out of seeing my client coming back looking like this after a month, where I can just take care of now that stratum accordion layer and help them realize how important it is to maintain the health on the skin of their feet. It's a no-brainer to me, and that's why I have such a difficult time understanding why our clients, don't follow through with retail, because it's so incredibly important, not just to our clients, but for ourselves as well. Here are some more before and after pictures. Might be a couple repeats on here, I'm not sure, but a few, you know, this one was amazing to me. They're all amazing. They're just all amazing how the LCN product works so incredibly well on these types of feet. And then we have our pictures with our sachet. Now, mind you, these pictures that I was showing you previously, these are a full pedicure. Most of these pictures that we see here, we did at our trade shows, And we basically just used our sachet. We did no soaking. We used our sachet product and we followed it up with some urea foot cream. Every once in a while, we'd remember to use our exfoliating scrub. For the most part, this is just a before and after of using the sachet and taking care of their calluses. So we have some more, and these are all pictures from our clients. So here's what I wanted to share with you. So when it comes to our sachet, there's so many different ways that you can do it, but these are the two kind of basic processes that we introduced to in June at our trade shows, and this is what we do when we're doing our demos. And again, keep in mind, these are just demos. These are not, soaking for 5 to 10 minutes. We're not hydrating the feet in any way. These are just simply, we're putting on the sachet and we're going to work. So this first one here is showing how we apply it with the brush. Now, in this video, I'm using a little bowl that we poured the sachet in. I soon found out there is so much waste by doing that. There is a lot of waste by doing that. So what we have done is we've introduced our Pure Touch dispenser, meaning you can pump out what you need, use what you need. The leftover is not going to go back in the bottle and contaminate it. And it also has a stainless steel top so that you can easily clean it and disinfect it between clients. So this is the first application. Our brushes are totally sanitizable. I put them in our ultrasonic cleaners. I've put them in our disinfection product, Microlium, with no problems at all. I have not put them in the autoclave because it does have, it's not a metal handle, so we don't put them in the autoclave, but it can be easily cleaned and easily disinfected. Now, I applied it here, literally 10 seconds, if that. I'm filing.
Never use the rough side.
And I never use the rough side. This is directly after applying sachet.
Seeing how this is coming off? Oh yeah. I mean, this is crazy.
A little excitement there. So brush on and file immediately. This wrap that you see right here, it's hard to tell, and I don't have any pictures of it yet, but under the wrap, we have 2x2 cotton squares that were saturated in a little bottle of sachet. We took the cotton squares out, we applied it to the bottom of her foot, and then we wrap it with our professional wrap. And we have all those items available here. And this is what you do after you take that wrap off. So we start out by and she didn't have hardly any callus, if you can't tell, but I mean, she wasn't really badly affected by dry skin. But once you kind of bring that file up and just help remove any of that softened skin, then you can go back in and just file and continue with your pedicure service. So those were the two processes that I introduced. Again, it's very effective on the cuticle. We have tons more videos. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to get them up on my website for y'all to use. You can use them in your marketing. You can use them to show your clients whatever you want to do. But those are the processes that we do right now with the sachet. The other thing that I think is important when you're doing your pedicures is to make sure you have the proper tools. Of course, we love our angel feet file. You can get more information about the angel foot file on our blog. Just put in their foot files, and there's an article that comes up, The Truth About Foot Files. It's a rude awakening. If you have not seen it, please go see it because it's amazing. We also found out that we can use our sachet with the E-bits. A lot of our other callus softeners, we had problems with that, but we have found out that we can use them with electronic or electric e-files or electric files, e-files. And I'm also excited to announce, I think y'all got the email already, but we are welcoming the Bush Manufacturing Company from Germany that make instruments, is what they call them, but they're bits. And the highest quality you can get, amazing bits, and we're going to have amazing pricing on it. And I know I keep using that word amazing, but I just absolutely love it. And that's one of the things that another thing that I'm super proud of, that I've been able to open up with a company such as Bush. And then we have our professional plastic wrap, which is nice because it has a handle on it. And then we also, of course, have our sachet brush, our saturated cotton squares that come in a package, and we have our Pure Touch dispenser, and all of this you can find on our website. I did want to cover the urea foot foam just a little bit because it is a new product, but it's a breaking mousse, which basically means if you think about shaving cream, where you put it on, your face and you shave, it just gets creamier and thicker, and all of a sudden your face is all white. Breaking mousse does not. As soon as you apply it, it starts to break up, so you're able to massage it in. You can use this in the final process of the massage. You can use it prior to your mask, after your mask, or before your massage with the urea. And whoops, this should not be here. I am going to, let me just take this whole thing out. Goofed. But it can definitely be used for at-home care, and nice to use in the pedicure room, especially if you're trying to get away from using creams, or you use this instead of the cream, and then you alter your price accordingly. It just has a lot of diversity. And then last but not least, all the products we discuss here cover everything. You can do your client consultation, you can do your soaking or not, you can do your manicuring, you can do your exfoliation, your callus debridement, your mask if you want to, your massage. It is all inclusive. There's nothing else that you have to purchase when purchasing that LCN Urea kit. It will give you everything you need to know and try in the event you're looking for a new product, or you're looking for something to switch up what you have, whatever it is. And that covers it. How'd I do on time? Perfect, because I wanted to leave time for questions. So we have 10 minutes left. Questions, comments, anything you have to say, I'd love to hear it. Okay, let me enlarge these. If someone is allergic to nuts and almonds, can we still use the product? You have to find out exactly what in the nut that they're allergic to, because the LCN has the almond oil in it, and it's not in all the products. It's not in every single product in the LCN line. So we can send you the STS sheets, and it also would have it on the back of the jar. But if they are allergic to nuts, I would definitely do a test area before I put that price or put that individual product on them. Great product. And also there are doesn't apply to this, but something interesting that a lot of people don't know, in our toenail restoration class is a product that we use that is Connex Silver. And the Connex Silver is often in wraps that we get done if you break a hand or a wrist or an arm or a leg, whatever, they're inside the wrap. And people can actually be allergic to that. So just a little extra information on there. The prices for the sachet pedicures, that included the home care product? No. The prices that we discussed are all our prices in the pedicure room. Any product that you purchase to use as a retail, you should double your price. So if your cost on that product, there's a popular one which is $10.95, you would charge $21.90. But to be honest with you, a lot of our clients will round up and they'll even go up to $25 with the LCN brand. So depending on your area, you can always discount it. You can always, offer a promotion on it. But the prices that we discussed here is your salon prices. Anything for retail needs to be doubled. I own a salon, however, recommended products for retail, I focus on here. Your name isn't showing up, but it's JY Nails, so I'm gonna say J. Thank you for the question. You can go to our website, and if you're a licensed professional, because it'll ask you for the website, it'll ask you for your license code, but at checkout, but you can go to our website, which is not on here. Okay, let me write this down for you. I'm going to put this, let's see, www.cjcenterforbeauty.com. That is our website, and you need this code to get in as a professional. And if you're on here and you're not a professional, it does ask you for your code in at the end. So no way to trick it, because you're going to need your license number in order to be able to check out. And Jay, I am more than happy to help you with any of the products. The 3 products that I always recommend with the for retail is the 10% urea foot cream, the 25% urea foot balm, and the 40% urea foot cream. And more than happy to help you distinguish between the 3 and what you're looking for, and I can go over that in a bit as well once I answer all these questions. Let's see. The Tiffany, we have not put that kit yet out on our website. This is something we literally just did within the last week. They're not available yet because we're waiting for one of the products to come in because they made a mistake. So if you purchased anything prior to this getting on the website, which isn't there yet, then no, it did not include a brush. And it actually, a couple of the items are different as well. So unfortunate, not unfortunate, it's still great, but this is a whole new kit that I'm hoping to be able to get on my website within the next week to 10 days, as soon as I get the product in. Do you use the bit before or after you apply the sachet? So I've had my clients, and Tiffany, another great question, I've had my clients tell me both. I've had them tell me that they have filed, they put the sachet on, then they used the foot file, then they went back in with the bit. I've had them tell me that they've used the bit and then they put the sachet on. I've had them tell me that they put the sachet on and then filed. So as far as I know, you can use it any way you want, which is super exciting. So on the soap method, Elena, I'm gonna assume, and I shouldn't, so let me presume that you are talking about the one with the wrap, and that's a great question because I didn't cover that. Thank you. When we apply it to the feet with the brush, literally starts activating immediately within 10 seconds. Boom! I had to put 10 seconds because I was required to put something by law, so I put 10 seconds. But you can literally file immediately. When you wrap it, processing time is 4 minutes. However, we have been told by several clients that they didn't even leave it on for the complete 4 minutes and it was effective. We've been told by clients that they've left it on for 10 or 15 minutes and it didn't do any harm to the skin at all. So lots of different variations. What I like about it is that it is universal, and you know, every client that comes into our chair is not the same as the client before. So you literally can just customize it to what you need for that client. Whether you need to brush and file, whether you need to, I've had people tell me they put the sachet on and then they wrapped it without even putting the sachet on the 2x2s. They just wrapped it to keep the heat in there because the warmth is what helps activate it. So they've told me that. They've told me they put the sachet on and they put a paraffin bag over it. I mean, there's just a multitude of ways and stories that I have heard from people of what they do that has worked for them. So pretty much now I'm telling everybody, if they ask me a question, how to, I say yes. Do I? Yes. Do I? Sure. Because it's been used in so many different ways. Oh, sachet is awesome. Thank you, Fenton. I appreciate that. Can I go over the pricing for pedicures again? Absolutely. I'm combining the, oops, I'm not talking to you, Siri. Cancel. This includes the LCN as well as the sachet. Depending on your area, add $5 to $15 to your pedicure service now. I honestly feel that you shouldn't go any less than $10. So if you're bringing in sachet and you're bringing in LCN as a new brand, you're going to raise it $15 to $20 on the onset. You're going to raise your prices right from the start. If you offer sachet as a remedy solution, which is this one where we wrap the foot with the gauze in the, oh my goodness, cancel Siri.
There's nothing.
Don't know why Siri thinks I'm talking to her, but I'm not. If you offer it as a remedy service by itself, and when I say by itself, that means your client comes in, you apply the gauze, you wrap it, you slide the softened skin off, you file, wipe it away, and put a foot cream on, 30 minutes, $75 to $100 as a remedy treatment by itself. Now, if you do that same thing in your pedicure service, then you're going to upgrade it $50 to $75. And what I mean by that is, let's just say a standard service is you cleanse, whether you spray or you soak, and then you work on you do your manicuring, maybe you do your exfoliating, then you do your callus, then you do, your mask and your foot foam. If you need to upgrade to a remedy, in the place of your callus, you're going to do that wrap. You're going to apply the pads and you're going to wrap it. I would recommend doing that after the soak and the cleansing, and then you can work on the cuticles, do your manicuring while the remedy solution is processing, and then you take them off and you do the foot file thing, et cetera, et cetera. Then you can continue with your pedicure service. That's an upgrade. And what's really great about the sachet is that one of the other products that we used to carry and we're closing out is, in order to do it as an upgrade, you had to do that service first on the dry foot, and then you proceed with your pedicure. You can still do that, but that's not necessary. You can incorporate that upgrade any way you want. you just need to add for it, because even though it may not take you as long as what normal products would do, it's still, you got the patch, you got the wrap, you're wrapping it, you're letting it sit, you're doing a different process in filing. And you're here tonight spending your time getting your education to take this back to your clients. So hopefully, Heather, that explains it a little bit better for you. The prices earlier for sachet and home care product are just pedicure, just the pedicure callus treatment with sachet. I actually didn't talk about any home care products here tonight, Ruby. So all the pricing that I'm talking about is strictly based on salon service. Leanne says, yay, this product is so amazing, you need to use it. I do recommend, if using your e-file application, you do a great job of and I'm going to use the word you use, Leanne, but I am desperately looking for another word, because that's what I say and I need to stop it. But you need to make sure that this process right here, this process that we're doing right here, you need to make sure you do that really well before you use your EBIT, and I agree. So, and that's the same thing with going back in with the foot file, because you want to get all that softened skin off, because otherwise, as she said here, you might be wearing a lot of the callus skin that's coming off, because the e-file will just fling it right off. So you want to be careful with that. Thank you, Leanne. That was a great little tidbit in there to add, because that is important. How many minutes to wrap the sachet? Yeah, Ruby, 4 minutes. I know you asked that question before I went over again, but 4 minutes is all you need, and my clients are telling me it takes sometimes less. Okay, if using the sachet product for nails, how would you apply to the cuticle? Yeah, you know what, when I do my demos and I'm teaching in my classrooms, the same brush, Sue, that I use for the callus, I just take it and I go over the cuticle with it first, and then use it on the feet. So you can absolutely just brush it on with any brush that you want to brush it on with, and you can reapply. There's no harm in reapplying. Please go over when you recommend the different urea products. So earlier I mentioned the 10%, the 25%, and the 45% urea. So they're not on this. They're not on this PowerPoint, but the 10% urea is for somebody. The very first question that I tell my clients to ask your clients is, are you an everyday person, or are you a person that just applies something when you think of it? That is the number one question that I tell my clients to ask your clients, because if they're not an everyday person, then a product like 10% is probably not going to be the best product for them. However, the 40% will. So the 10% is a daily use product. The 40% only needs to be used a couple times a week. So it's perfect for that client who just will not use a daily use product. The other thing with the 40% is, if you use 10% daily, but they have those cracks where you can see the meat through the feet cracking, you can apply the 40% directly onto those cracks on a daily basis. Not good to apply to the feet every day, because it'll have an adverse reaction. It's not good for the skin to use every day, but you can either use it as a daily on an extreme crack, or use it a couple times a week. So that would be the 10 and 40%. The 25% is kind of in between. I wouldn't generally recommend 25% in a cream to be used daily on the feet, but this is a foot balm. And it literally looks like a deodorant stick. And if anybody wants to see it, I can jump back to my warehouse and get it, but it looks like a deodorant stick. It folds up like a deodorant stick, and it's perfect. You can use it daily, or you can use it a couple times a week, and it's effective. The reason why it can be used daily is because I mean, think of how much you get when you use a deodorant stick. You just don't get that much on there. So you're not overusing, you're not able to overuse that product. So the 25% is a good kind of one in between. It's also nice for people who don't like that cream on their hands. When I was testing it, I would apply it to my heels or rough areas wherever I needed to. And then I would take that foot and I would literally just rub it up on my leg. I never touched it. And that's nice for somebody who has a phobia with getting their hands all icky. And I do, by the way, and I always tell people, if your hands feel icky after you've used a product, you're using way too much, because really a pea-sized amount is all you need with these products. And that's why they last so long. Laura, hello, darling. Where will the videos in the before and bill is brochure available? Yes, the brochure is available. I actually tried to upload it on here, but it wouldn't allow me to do any more than one. So I will send that when I send out the SDS sheet. And there is going to be a spot on my website, Laura, and I forgot what I called it, probably before or afters, I can't remember, but as soon as those are up, there'll be a link on my website for it, and you know that I will let you know that it's coming. I'll be shouting out for joy, because this has been a long project, so I will definitely let you know. But in the meantime, of course, if you need anything, please reach out to me. Tammy, that's a really good question. Is the FootLogix file the same as the Angel Feet file? Give me a second. I'm going to go grab one of each. I love when somebody asks me that question and I don't have to bring it up, because I really am a huge FootLogix fan. I just prefer the Angel Feet over the FootLogix. So first of all, a little bit of history. I met Angel Feet through FootLogix, because when I went to work for them in 2008, they were the main or master distributor of the Angel Feet brand. They taught me everything I know about the Angel Feet brand. What I do know is that it's 100% medical grade stainless steel. And why that makes a difference is because when something is medical grade, it has to go through government ISO 9000 regulations on every run. We have been out of Angel Feet files because, a couple of reasons. But one of the reasons was because when the manufacturer gets in a sheet of steel, he has to have it tested. He has to make sure there's no nickel in it, no chromium in it, nothing besides stainless steel in it. And a couple of his loads of stainless steel that he received did not pass inspection. So he has to go back to the drawing board. So every file that is made by Angel Feet, the steel is inspected to qualify it for the government regulations. The other great thing about the Angel Feet file is that the grit on it, and I don't know if you can see it here for those of you who don't, but the grit on it, it's kind of like a pyramid shaped technology on all four sides, okay, pyramid, but the top is flat. The benefit of that is when calibrated, it's chemically calibrated, which means that that big old sheet of plastic, or excuse me, stainless steel, goes on to the machine, and then they digitally input whatever makes these grits. As it goes through that,
Could you try again?
as it goes through that machine, it is chemically etched from start to finish. What that means is every flat piece on top of that diamond shape, every flat piece is exactly the same. There's no ups and downs, okay? In the FootLogic file, you can see the ups and downs, okay? Why that makes a difference is because when there are ups and downs, we can easily shred the client's skin. No ups and downs, you can file any way you want and it will not shred. The foot file is, I think they even have it on here, stainless steel, but it's not medical grade stainless steel. It's also made out of the country, and when products of steel are made out of the country and sold here in the US, they don't qualify for inspections. The undulations in this file also cause for nasties to hide. One of the things that I hear a lot of is that when cleaning this file, they spend a lot of time with that brush trying to get it clean because the skin is kind of getting embedded around those grooves. So in answer to your question, no, the FootLogic file is not the same as the Angel V file. I have a lot of customers that love it. I will never say anything bad about it, but I personally don't promote them the way I do the Angel Feet because I just believe that the Angel Feet file is a far more superior file. Do they work the same is what I meant, or is the other file better? Gotcha. Kind of got off on a tangent there, didn't I? Again, yes, people who use the FootLogic file are not disappointed in it. People who go from the FootLogic to the Angel Feet file are very, very pleased. I don't recall if I've had anybody say, I like the FootLogics better over the Angel Feet. I just, you know, everybody has their preference. We carry both. I only really like to promote what I 100% believe in, and that's why you see me talking about the Angel Feet file all the time and not the FootLogics. Love these questions, thank you. When we do a urea pedicure, we like to use paraffin boots with the mask. Would you recommend that? It's not a bad idea. I would say, however, Nara, that if you use paraffin boots with the mask, that's kind of an ambiance thing. And when I say ambiance, there's all these little things that we do in our service that really don't cost us a whole lot more, but they look and feel a little better. To me, that would be an ambiance thing. And with that, you should charge. So if you're going to add paraffin boots to the mask, then I would add a couple more dollars to the price of my pedicure service. You know, does it have any benefits? You know, the heat is always good because that allows the pores to open. Absolutely. Do I think it's necessary with the urea? I don't. But I'm going to come to you when I'm out your way and I'm going to get a pedicure because already I know that sounds really good. How long would a pedicure take using all the LCN products? I don't use a mask, so I'm concerned about extra time. Honestly, I mean, I just got through doing 5 of my family members and I was done with all their pedicures within 45 minutes. Not all 5 at one time, but per pedicure 45 minutes and leave time for cleanup. The nice thing about using the mask is that because you don't have to wipe it off, you can apply that mask and then go to the other foot, do what you need to do, then apply that mask, and then you don't have to wipe it off. whatever you use after as your massage from the knee down, like your urea 10% cream, you use just half of what you'd normally use, and then use the mask and the cream as your full massage. So it doesn't really add extra time unless you're adding extra ambiance like heated towels or heated booties or something like that. That's a great question.
I'm not sure I understand.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take my watch off. She keeps talking to me. Elena, I love the sachet so far. Thank you. Is there still a need for me to use the LCN soak spray? No, there isn't. The sachet is actually a replacement product for the soak spray, for the Foot Logic's callus softener, and for any of your cuticle softeners. So it's kind of, in the cuticle softener effect did not come from me. My team discovered that when we introduced it, and it was like an amazing, I just was surprised. So I kind of took the prices of the callus softener and the prices of the soap spray by LCN, and kind of combined it, but made it more cost effective, because you don't need them all. I mean, I see some of my clients that order callus softener and then they'll order sachet both in the same orders, and I either try to email them or reach out to them, and it's like, don't waste your money. You need one or the other. You don't need both. My first use sachet, amazing. Thank you, Ruby. She had fish scale looking like calluses. Wrapped it for 15 minutes. Did that. We got to come up with a word. Scraping motion, use the bits. Soft like a baby boomer. Ooh, that's a new tagline. I may have to use that one in 23. Thank you. Yes, definitely be careful with bits. Bit training is hugely important. I'm excited to have Emily Marasco here with Elite Feet at the end of January. She's doing our bit class. So if anybody wants to come to Florida, it's a pretty good deal. You get a battery operated, what do you call it? Electric file that is easy to use and super cute. And although we have not announced this, you're probably going to be getting 1 or 2 bits with that file as well. So that's on our website under education if anybody's looking for education. Crystal, do you only use a foot file to remove the softened callus after the foot file? So after you do, and that's a great question, Crystal, thank you. So after you do this process of removing that softened skin, then you're going to go and you're going to start filing. So you're kind of doing both. Now, I have had clients tell me that they've just done this one and moved it up, to remove the softened skin, but you really have to, you can tell if it's still on there kind of activating. It doesn't have to be deactivated, but you want to get rid of that, I'm going to call it slush, because it really does kind of get gooey with the sachet. So yes, you'll glide that your foot file up the skin to remove any of the soften, and as soon as you can feel the skin where it's not tacky or wet anymore, then you can start filing with the foot file or your bit. You're welcome, Heather. Once a day for 40% for worse callus. If you have, Ruby, somebody that has really bad callus, the only time that you want to use the 40% is when that skin is cracked and you can see the meat through the crack. Okay? And then you're only going to apply it daily for over that cracked area. if they're only using 40%, I don't care how bad they are, they need to only use it once or twice a week on the entire foot. You're welcome, Laura. Thank you. I work in a seniors building. Yes, Sue, it is safe for the seniors. It's safe for diabetics. It's safe for oncology care. I assume because you're saying I usually tell them to get into bed so there's no slipping issue. I assume you're talking about the at-home care products with LCN. The LCN products are safe for the diabetic. They are safe for the autoimmune. There are a few of the products, and not all of them, but there are a few of the products way far down on the ingredient list that really we don't approve for oncology care. The percentages are so minute because we're way down, but if you're really a stickler on, you know, totally 100% natural, then we'd have to make sure that we're not providing those ones with the with those way down. But as far as the product itself, absolutely, the senior client, they're definitely great to use. The LCN callus spray, this is a great question, Nara, thank you. So the LCN soak spray, which is their callus spray, compared to the sachet. Sachet is quicker processing time. It has the combination, the ingredients that make it more effective, and it's more cost effective. And what does the LCN 10%? Yeah, you know, Nara, that's funny because the 10% urea express spray kind of always aggravated me that it was in that kit, because I have very few clients that ever use this as their callus care product. They always use the soap spray because it had 17% urea along with lactic acid. So I would always tell people when we were talking about the kit to retail that urea 10% express spray, because it's great for somebody that, again, doesn't like that creamy feeling on their hands. I'll be honest, as I always brutally am, if I were still a salon owner, the 10% express foot spray wouldn't be in my radar at all. I probably wouldn't sell it retail because we have the 25% urea that you don't have to touch. And as far as using it in the salon service, you know, even before sachet, the 17% was perfectly fine. And now with sachet, it takes care of everything, so you don't even need to use it. So, wow, great questions. I am truly humbled. 10% urea, how many times a day? The 10% you can use every day, and all you need it is one time per day. Especially after they've gotten one of your fabulous pedicures. If you just get them using that product every single day, man, oh man, they're just going to be so thrilled. And you as well when they come back for their pedicures. Wow. Great questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I was able to answer them all. We went over, I apologize, but my goodness, y'all stayed. Yay! And I wish, I was trying to think of a way that I could put this on my cameras, on my phone, so that I could just give you all a sneak peek to our new warehouse. But we're here, we're set up, we're now working on our classroom, and by the end of the year, we're done. If it's not done, it's not going to be done, because this has been a huge project. Loving it. And can't wait to share it all with you. And we did have a couple more questions come in. I work in a salon. My clients and all this Shay and LCN. Oh, Madeline works in a salon that is in a Florida senior building. All her clients have some kind of medical issues, and she uses Sachet and LCN in all her pedicures, and they are super happy. Thank you, Madeline. And I need to come see you. I'm going to be traveling more in Florida next year, so I'm going to come see you. But I'll let you know before I come. And then where do we get the $65 deal? Just I'm waiting for one product to come in, and then we'll finish putting our kits together, and then it'll be on our website. So if you are not already signed up for our newsletter, do that, because that is the only way that I'm able to notify my clients of what's coming, what's happening, what's new, what's not new. That's how I send my blog every week, which I try to make educational through stories every time. So Tammy, if you're not already signed up for the website. And as soon as I get it on there and I finish all the descriptions and everything, it will be available there. Now, in the meantime, I can pull one or two off of my shelf to complete a kit. So if you want to do that, then if you don't want to wait another week or two, and I hate that I don't have them up there, but that's the manufacturer's fault, unfortunately. That is my email address. Just email me and I can manage it without having to go through the website. I have probably 6 that I can make complete sets with right now. And that's all. So I don't want to put them on the website yet because I don't want to not be able to accommodate, but I have 6 I think that I can make full sets on. So just email me if you're interested and I'll reach out and we'll make it happen. Yes, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Honatia, I'm going to say. Yes, this is recorded. So once the recording is solidified, which will be by tomorrow morning, I will be working to get this out to everybody by tomorrow afternoon. So you're registered, you definitely will get it. Yep, you're still in. You're still in. Okay, well, I'm going to close it so that y'all can go. Thank you so much for being here. Please reach out to me with any questions. And as I said, stay tuned to our newsletter because that's where we announce all our exciting things. I try not to do too much. I'm not like one of those 2-3 times a day people. But, you know, depending on the week, you could get 3 or 4 from me in a week, but that's a rarity. So I promise I won't bombard you, and you are free to take yourself off the email blast at any time. So good night, thank you, and happy holidays to all of you, and look forward to talking to you and hopefully meeting many of you soon.